Here comes the money, 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 money. Oh my God. Oh, unbelievable, man. Another huge return. And it's not the day after WrestleMania. It's the day after Fastlane. Oh, holy shit. Oh, man. Okay. Just finished watching Monday Night Raw. Anybody that saw the beginning knows exactly what I'm about to say. Holy shit. We had the return of Shane McMahon. Yes, Shane McMahon is back in the WWE. He came out, obviously got a huge reaction. Stephanie McMahon was going to get the Vincent J. McMahon Legacy of Excellence Award, something like that. And just, obviously Vince McMahon came out first, then Stephanie came out. And, they had the award in the ring. And they were going to, officially present it to her. So, Shane McMahon comes out. He's like, oh, you don't deserve this award. I mean, obviously this was after, a good 2-3 minutes of, holy shit chants, and this is awesome. This, when, fans, whenever you go to live events, they, especially if it's a big return like that, they will show you respect, man. They fucking go nuts. They love it. They really do. And, it's just something cool to see. So, I mean, it was crazy. So then, he tells Stephanie McMahon that she doesn't deserve the... Oh, wait, no. First. Oh, man. This shit was crazy to even see this, honestly. I mean, I know, because they've... The McMahon family in wrestling, they've done crazy stuff also. And within their own family, too. You know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously, anybody that follows the history of wrestling knows that, Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon have actually fought each other at WrestleMania before. So, that definitely happened. I don't care how fake it is. They still did it. So, anyway, Vince McMahon goes to hug Shane. And Shane fixes his tie. And refuses to hug him. And, fixes his shirt and suit and stuff. And then he goes, Vince McMahon extends his hand to shake his hand, and he doesn't want to do that either. He refuses that also. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm like, what is he gonna say to him? So, then he says to Stephanie, oh, the company has been running to the ground ever since you and Triple H have taken over the last few years, and just, all stuff like that. And what else? He says you don't deserve the reward. She's, gets all mad and says, where the hell have you been? We've been running the company. And, then he says that you guys ran the company in the ground, obviously. So, then he says that McMahon, Vince McMahon and Shane worked out some kind of deal in the past or something. I don't know. Obviously, relating to money, I'm sure. And then, Stephanie gets all pissed off, and she's like, oh, there's nothing that happens in this company that I don't know about. And basically being Stephanie McMahon. So, he's like, oh, just calm down. We'll present your reward backstage, not in the public and stuff like that. So as she goes to leave, she says to Shane, I will never forgive you for this. And it's just like, this is crazy, man. So then, obviously McMahon says, Vince McMahon says, oh, what is it? What do you want? Name your price. I know you want your cash and you'd be on your way. So Shane is like, you know what? I want to be, back in the business. I want to be control of Monday Night Raw. He wants to be in charge of Monday Night Raw. And then, Vince is like, you're basically going to be in charge of the whole company if you're going to be in charge of Monday Night Raw. And then he's like, yeah, okay, you know what? You want your match? You want your chance, excuse me. If you want your chance to be in charge of Monday Night Raw, I get to choose the match that you would have to be able to do that. And, everybody already knows it's going to come to that, so, okay. And then Shane's like, all right, name your match. Okay. Now, brace yourself for this. Just mind you that Shane McMahon is, I mean, he is kind of like a part-time wrestler, but not to say he was thrown into wrestling, but he is not, like, not even just an active wrestler. He really, honestly, isn't a wrestler. It's like Vince really isn't a wrestler. Stephanie McMahon has fought before. She is not a wrestler. So just keep that in mind when I say what I'm about to say. So, he's like, okay, you want your match? Your match is going to be at WrestleMania. It's going to be against The Undertaker. It's going to be in a Hell in a Cell match. Now, anybody that doesn't know what a Hell in a Cell match is, it's not a cage match. It is a actual cell that has space, outside of the ring and everything like that. It's a cell, and it's closed on the top and everything. And it's with The Undertaker, of all people, at WrestleMania. And Shane, surprisingly, especially surprisingly to me also, he didn't, he held his ground. He did not say, oh, that's too much, that's going too far. He was just like, all right, you want it, let's do it. And I don't know what else to say. And he's, Vince is like, basically just like, that's it. You want to play hardball, you're playing hardball. I mean, he probably should have been a little bit more. Probably shouldn't have came at him sideways like that. But I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? But I will give it to Shane. He didn't like back down when he heard it. You know what I mean? He didn't like, yeah. That's the best way to put it. He didn't back down. He didn't like fold when he heard that. Like, oh, come on, no. But in reality, he should be doing exactly that. I don't know how the hell he thinks he's going to defeat The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. I don't know how he thinks he's going to do that, but honestly, they're going to have to develop the story a hell of a lot more, because as good as that moment was, and obviously it really was like a moment of wrestling, that's one of the moments they'll show on these clips in the WWE Network for years. They didn't really follow up on it the entire night after that. It just kind of, I don't know, it like fell flat a little bit after. Like, it was just like, all right, that was like really big news. It went on. They didn't have a commercial break, obviously, through the entire thing, because a lot of times with these opening segments, they don't, like, they want to go to only a certain point, but I guess they gave them enough time to give them, to let them stay on to actually see what was going to really happen. And they probably went over a lot longer than they thought, because it was almost like 8:30 when they went, when that whole segment was over. But, I mean, they didn't really develop the story as well as they could through the rest of the night. Like, they could have gotten more reactions from everybody else, and just in general, and I don't know. Oh, man. Shit, it's pretty, it's crazy, though. And, obviously, it's definitely going to throw a monkey wrench into things. And kind of. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, obviously, Undertaker hasn't been around to show any kind of reaction to that. I mean, it just happened, but still, that obviously, totally shits on my prediction against him fighting Sting. So that's completely out of the picture, completely out of the works there. But I don't know. I don't even know if they're going to put Sting in WrestleMania at all. I really hope they would. They should have just had those two fight, man. They really should have The Undertaker and Sting. I don't know why they won't do it. I just don't know. I mean, obviously in the moment, it's one of those things where, he didn't... It's not breaking character. I mean, deep down, even though it's all fixed, he's probably like shitting his pants, either way, even if he knows what's going to happen. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's going to be definitely something very interesting to see. It, definitely caught my attention for wrestling, and just to look forward to that match. But, just in general, they did have one other match that they officially booked. They had Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose booked for WrestleMania, and that's going to be no holds barred match. And that was at the request of Dean Ambrose himself. Yeah, I know. Hey, man, he's a tough motherfucker, man. He really is. But I honestly think he's going to get the living shit kicked out of him at WrestleMania. But I don't know. We'll see. We will see. If he could beat Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred street fight match that he requested to have with him, that will put him over 1,000 times. It really would. And I don't know, man. But I don't know. I just wanted to share that little tidbit with everybody there about Shane McMahon returning and wanting to be part of the show again, which is very, very. I honestly think it's a very, very good thing for Shane to come back, because definitely turned. I think it turned a lot of heads, and I mean, he was probably waiting for his time to come back, but he just didn't know when the right time was. And I mean, I guess any time to return when you haven't been around for a while is always good, because it just gives people a chance to miss you. If that makes any sense, it makes sense. You know what I mean? With wrestling, it's very good to do that, because it like gives them a chance to kind of. I hate to say it like this, but it gives them a chance to kind of like forget about all the stuff that the one person, before they return, like gives a chance to kind of like forget about it and kind of focus on other talent. But then when they come back, they'll always remember it. Wrestling fans, no matter how fickle they become, they're always loyal to whether they're heels or not, heels or baby faces. They're always loyal, and they always show support whenever a certain superstar, a certain talent comes back. And if you don't know that about wrestling, you really don't know anything about wrestling, because they will always show support to them whenever they do a big return like that. So that is always like a good thing to do. And I really do believe in that. And, you could argue with me all you want about that, because that's just the way it goes. But, I mean, it was really good to see him return. I am looking forward to the match. I'm looking forward to see how they develop this, see where the Undertaker stands in this whole dilemma, and just like how it's going to play out. And I don't know. I really think they're going to have to add another stipulation to it, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, the road to WrestleMania is officially underway, and there will be a lot of potholes and a lot of bumps, a lot of it's just everything. Everything is gonna just keep on rolling from here, and I just look forward to all of it. Well, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and I will see you when I see you.